And while the devastation continues in Moore, the city is trying to pump the brakes on the supply of food and donations. As our team coverage continues, KAKE's Jordan Shefty is live here in Wichita to tell us what the overwhelmed city is asking for instead.
Mike, as soon as the country found out about the devastation in Moore, donations started pouring in. They received a whole bunch of food and supplies. But now the city is saying that while they appreciate the support, they are now receiving too much in too little time. I mean, just think about all the donations that have been coming out of here in Wichita. We've seen truckloads go down there. Now take that and multiply it by nearly every city in the country. They say, I talked with the public information officer this morning who says that it's using up so much of their manpower, and with the rain that they're getting today, they just simply don't have anywhere to store it all. He says that trying to organize all of these donations is just simply overwhelming.
From a distribution standpoint, I mean, if everyone kind of understands how Walmart's logistics work for distribution and for getting goods and supplies to places, I mean, we're trying to build a distribution center in less than 3 days with no notice.
Now, the city is still requesting financial donations. They say that those provide much more flexibility and are able to target the resources much better that way. They say that going through organizations like the Red Cross is one of the best ways to do that. They say one example that he used for me is that if people go out and just buy one pair of gloves for $10 themselves, then they just end up with just one pair of gloves. But if they donate $10 to the Red Cross can then turn around and buy 10 pairs of gloves with that $10. Now, they just say that with that buying power, those companies have a lot more ability to make your dollar stretch further. Now, if you are looking for a way to make a financial donation, KAKE and Dillon's have made it easy for you. You can do it right as you check out at the grocery store. There are 3 ways to donate. You can either have the cashier round up your purchase, place your change in the coin box at the register, or ask your cashier to make a $5 or $10 donation. Now, that drive runs through June 8th, so nice and easy. Do what they're asking, make a financial donation, and it just makes it a whole lot easier for them down in Moore. Reporting live in West Wichita, Jordan Shefty, KAKE News.
Continuing our coverage of the Moore tornado now, the city now facing a new obstacle resulting from the huge national outpouring of support. KAKE's Jordan Shefty tells us the city now says what it needs most is financial assistance.
As soon as the country heard about the devastation in Moore, food and supplies started flooding in bulk. Now the city says they're simply receiving too much in too little time. Wichita has been pulling together, sending truck after truck of donations to devastated Moore, Oklahoma. But the rest of the country is doing the same, and Moore is being flooded with supplies.
It's very difficult to manage that much stuff. You have to put it somewhere, you have to be able to sort it and distribute it, and it can really be a drain on the manpower on the ground.
Earlier this morning, the city of Moore posted this message on their website saying financial assistance is needed over physical items. The message was quickly changed to say the generosity is overwhelming, but I spoke with the city of Moore public information officer who did confirm that they are receiving too much too fast.
If everyone kind of understands how Walmart's logistics work for distribution and for getting goods and supplies to places, I mean, we're trying to build a distribution center in less than 3 days with no notice.
Instead, the city is asking for financial donations, saying that option is more flexible and can be better used to meet needs. And donating to organizations like the Red Cross can also be more efficient than purchasing and sending items on your own.
We work with very large vendors year-round to have arrangements to be able to move these kinds of things very quickly. So an individual's dollar can really go a lot farther.
Now, if you would like to make a financial donation, Dillon's, KAKE, and the Red Cross have all teamed up to make it easy for you. You can do it right as you're checking out at the grocery store. There are 3 different ways to help. You can either round up your purchase, place your change in the coin box at the register, or ask your cashier to make a $5 or $10 donation. Now, that drive runs through June 8th. Reporting in West Wichita, Jordan Shefty, KAKE News.